What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the DK Garage. I'm Jeremy, that's Joe, and this is our Prize Picks video.
Yeah, we're at Darlington this week. It's going to be fun. A lot of action-packed opening round of the playoffs. Lots to talk about on that front. We did that and everything. All of our predictions are in a full-length podcast if you want to check that out. But this is our Prize Picks episode where we're going to get you some drivers that you can build based on their fantasy props. We're excited for this week. I think there's a lot of value to be had. This is a fun game that we've learned to play over the last month or so, and you basically pick 2 to 5 players to build these lineups. You can spread it across sports, so when football starts here in a couple weeks, you can get that going.
Next week.
Actually, it's next Thursday.
Yep.
And then on top of that, you can stack it some props with MLB and NBA whenever that's back in action. It's a lot of fun, so check that out. All of you will receive a 100% deposit match if you enter our promo code GARAGE. That promo code is good up to $100, so go take full advantage of that. Jeremy, you want to kind of touch on anything, or dive right into your slate?
If you're used to playing DraftKings, it is a little bit different. Similar style as far as you're just kind of you're just playing some contest. It's just but one contest, and it's versus the projections. There's no sharks. There's no mass injury. You put up what you want to put up. You know, you don't have to play a certain $16 or $150, whatever you want to do, whatever you feel comfortable with. It's your game, like you said, 2 to 5. It's a lot of fun. This week, I think you should really get on some of these projections early. I think these lines or these projection numbers, they do adjust them, and there's a couple that I like right off the bat. First one for me is Martin Truax. They have him at right now at 35.5. That's 5th or better. If he gets 5th or better, that's an easy over. I mean, it really is. Now, it's the playoffs. Anything can happen. You've been touting how good he's been on 750s and playoff tracks in particular. I'm riding it. He dominated this race earlier in the year, led almost 100% of the laps. So, for me, I think that's a pretty comfortable over.
I am all over that one as well, but I could talk about that for minutes. But to get you in and out, I'm going to go with an under on someone. This driver stood out to me at 30.5 points. Basically, he's got to get a top 10, and I don't see that happening for Alex Bowman. I think he's been too inconsistent. I've gone the under on him. I think he stood out in that realm. There's plenty of drivers I'm going with on the overs later, though.
Yeah, I usually like to try to find some nice overs and some unders, and there's a few, but as far as ones I feel the most confident in, I'm picking all overs this week. The second guy up would be Denny Hamlin. They got him at 34 points. If he can essentially get 7th with a lap led or better than that, he's an easy over. So I like Hamlin in this spot, and he gets a Xfinity practice essentially the day before, so I like him.
I like where he is at. He's actually on my list as well. I've got the over on him. I'm looking at Ryan Blaney as another driver on the points scale. He's at 30, so we're looking at for him to get a top 10. I think as consistent as he's been here as of late, that's easy to achieve for him and that team. Now that they're in the playoff mode, they have some strong momentum. What does momentum mean in NASCAR anyway? It doesn't really matter, but I've gone the over on him. I think he's in a good spot.
I would definitely consider doing that one as well. A little bit more hesitant on that one. I struggle with that one. I want to put it in there, but I'm actually going to go with one of his best friends, Chase Elliott. I think he can have a great run here. They have him at 33.5, so again, 7th or better. I think he can he could win this race without a doubt. So for me, he's going to be an over.
Well, this is probably my last play. My favorite play really this week is Matty D over 22. So to me, I definitely see him being able to get a top 19 finish. He's starting in the middle of the pack, so if he can kind of have a decent day and not shoot himself in the foot, I think he could have a strong performance. I'm looking at the over on Matty D this week.
I like it. My biggest concern there, I kind of addressed it in our race day rundown, If he goes down a couple laps early or a lap early, that could make it a little tough. But if he is able to get out front, they unload right, I'm right there with you. He should easily get a top 15 even. They are certainly capable of that. So that's the only hesitancy there from me. The last guy I'm going to talk about is Kurt Busch. I know he's starting third, unless, of course, he goes to the back. I don't think that's going to happen. 28.5 is what PrizePicks gave him this week, or at least currently. That's 12th or better. He's been a really solid driver. I think a little better on 550 tracks, but I think it's playoff time. It's just him. Ross is not in the playoffs, so I think that team is focused on him. Hey, dude, this is Chip Ganassi's last year. The last chance to make a big hoorah. We know Kurt's going to 2311, going to be Bubba Wallace's teammate. I hope and I think that this one team, they're going to go for it as hard as they can. So for me, I think 12th is a pretty easy achievement this week.
Yeah, that completely slipped by me. So I'm going to use that along with some of the other ones that we just got done talking about and pair those in a power play or a flex play, because there are multiple options with PrizePicks, and I'm going to take full advantage of that. And you can take full advantage of our promo code GARAGE for that $100 match, 100% match on that $100. So take full advantage of that. If you like what you saw, hit subscribe. Check out some of our other content if you play DraftKings or any other of the fantasy platforms. It's been a lot of fun to be back in studio. I'm excited to get this thing wrapped up. For the DK Garage, I'm Joe, and that's Jeremy. We'll see you next time.